Hi, my foodie friends. It's me, your friendly neighborhood kid witch, Tara, and welcome to Recipes for the Cooking Impaired. Yes, Cooking Impaired. We're going to do a Irish favorite slash Irish American favorite. This is generally a St. Patrick's Day thing, and I know that we've already missed St. Patrick's Day, but it's so good that I wanted to make a video for it for next time. What I'm talking about is my St. Patrick's Day corned beef meal. And I say corned beef meal because this has got the cabbage, it's got the potatoes, and it's got the corned beef. It's got a little bit of all your food groups, minus some fruit, which would taste really weird cooked with this, but you can put it on the side. All right, so 2 to 4 pounds of corned beef. When we did this, we did 2.5 pounds. 1 head of cabbage. The green is the best. Cut it in half, and then you're going to cut it smaller into about size is about yay big, so it's more bite size. You're doing 1 pound of red potatoes and also 1 pound of yellow potatoes. So 1 pound for each one. And those are the small potatoes. All right, and then you have 2 tablespoons of dried chive. If you're going to do fresh, do just 1 tablespoon. 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 packet of the corned beef seasoning. It usually comes with the corned beef. Say you don't have a little packet in your kit. So when you bought the meat, it didn't have a packet. If it doesn't, you're going to add these. Half a teaspoon of bay leaves that have been torn very small. 1 teaspoon of mustard seed. Half a teaspoon of fennel. Sometimes they'll say fennel seed. Does both the same thing. And then 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper. And that's the same as what comes in the corned beef packets. So I have the metrics on here, so I'll give you a moment to take a look. You're done because we've been going through it this whole time. So we're going to head to the kitchen and we'll do this slightly late St. Patrick's Day delight. All right, see you in there. All right, our first step is you're going to cut up the entire head of cabbage. Now, once this is cut and ready to go, we're going to be putting it into the pan to boil, but it goes in second. But I just find that when it comes to cutting up cabbage, best to get it out of the way first, especially since the potatoes that we're using are small and round. All right, we're going to rinse off our potatoes. Make sure they're nice and clean. And they're going into the pot first to boil. All right, so we've already added our potatoes, and we're continuing to add our cabbage. Once this is in, we'll put in our seasonings and the water and the corned beef all together, and this is going to boil. All right, next we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of chive. And yes, I'm showing this before we add the water or the meat. We have added 2 tablespoons of chive. Next, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. And 2 of the onion powder. 2 teaspoons, that is. There we go. All right, next we're going to add the water, and we're going to fill it to just over the top of the cabbage. And then we're going to stir this up really well before we add our corned beef. All right, so we've rinsed off the corned beef. We put it fatty side down. Then next, we're going to put in the little season packet that came with the meat. Now, if yours did not come with a season packet, it's going to be half a teaspoon of bay leaves torn really small, 1 teaspoon of mustard seed, and about half a teaspoon of fennel. There's also little red specks in there that, although it didn't say on the packaging, I believe could very well be red pepper. If you're going to add red pepper, 1/4 of a tablespoon. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this in and kind of massage it into the meat a bit. And then once the seasoning is massaged in, we'll grab a separate cup of water and just add a little more water so that it's up to nearly the top of the meat. And then we'll put the lid on and let it start boiling. All right, so that is the requisite amount. As you can see, the water is pretty close to the top of the corned beef. Now we're going to add the lid and let this start boiling. And you're going to want to check it about every 15 to 20 minutes, because depending on the size of the corned beef meat steak you grabbed, will depend on how long it has to cook. Alright, so I have pressed down the corned beef so that more of the water is over it. This has been 15 minutes. It's not ready, so we're going to give it another 15 minutes, still on medium-high heat. Alright guys, our corned beef and cabbage and potatoes are done. I'm just going to kind of stir it around. The potatoes are cooked. The meat is ready and cooked. As you can see, it's still in a solid form. You can decide at this point if you want to kind of shred it, pull it apart, or if you want to cut it into pieces and just place it on a plate. You got some options. Some people also like to put mustard on their corned beef. This is not that unusual. Feel free to dress it up as you like. And the potatoes are ready. So, we cooked for 40 minutes. If your potatoes are not quite ready, then what you would do is remove the meat, because the meat is fully cooked, and then put the potatoes and cabbage on boil a little bit longer, probably about another 10 minutes. But for all of us, we are done. We're ready to go. I miss and love your faces. Have a good time. Thanks, foodie friends. Bye.